Hi everyone, welcome. You've obviously made it to the Get Started page. You've made a copy because obviously it's set on view only, and you've headed over to the YouTube channel to watch how to use the program. This is a 4-day, 16-week powerlifting program. It is designed for a beginner to intermediate. I wouldn't say an absolute beginner. You probably do want to just work on technique at the beginning. But if you've worked on technique and you're at a place where you maybe want to improve technique, or you want to run a program to see where you're at, or experimental program, or you've run a program, you want to try this one, see if this works a little bit better for you, this is a really good place to start. Okay, so first thing you want to do is you want to head over to your 1RM page. If you see there, the tabs along the bottom. Next thing is you want to head over to your 1RM page. Now, with your 1RM page, it's quite straightforward. With this, you'll fill out the white sections. Now, if you're an absolute beginner, or if you're someone that's not sure about your technique, I would, and you need to test your 1RMs, don't test your 1RM, your absolute max, test your 3RM. So you know that at least, even if you only manage 2, you know that before you get technical breakdown, you're going to get 102.5 kilos of 100 kilos. Just to say that, and then you'll put in the amount of reps you get and the amount of weight. If you're in a country that mainly still uses pounds, say the US, you can do all your conversions over here. So if you do a 220, that's going to come up as 100 kilos. So it gives you a rough 2.5 conversion, and vice versa. Because as the program sets up, it's all done in kilos, and you might want to know what the pounds are. So when you go to your gym, you've got a converter here to kind of have a look at it. Okay, let's set up the program. Imagine I'm a newbie to the gym, and I've tested my 3RM on all the lifts. Okay, so I can do, let's say 110 kilos on squat. I can do 92.5 kg on bench, and I can do 137.5 kg on deadlift. Okay, that's great. It's all set up here. The next thing you'll want to do is you're going to go to week 1. So as you can see, all the programs are set up individually all the way along, and you will test it at the end. So each program, there's 4 weeks to each block. Now, each block has a different objective. With block 1, it's a foundation block, or a GPP block, or general preparation, some people call it, or a base program. Okay, so it should feel relatively easy. Okay, so you're going to come straight over here. What you'll notice down the side is you'll see your main lifts and the accessory lifts that will come alongside it that you'll need to complete during the week. So it's a 4-day program. On day 1, you've got deadlifts as your main lift. It's a 4-second eccentric, so it's not going to be as easy as doing the normal deadlift. It's 4 seconds down. You've got 3 sets of 8 reps at 55%. So it's quite a low intensity, but you are going to have 4 seconds. A lot of the objective, as I said, of this program is to drill good movement. It's to build up work capacity, slowly introduce you to the lifts to be able to do it with good form, use as much muscle as possible when you're lifting the weight. These are things you can't really do when you start getting towards your max, because you're then going to be lifting with the same technique and style that you were before. So you'll have your goal load. There's 2 variations here, so it'll be a percentage of your 1RM, which has come up as 80, so 137.5 kilos. It's rounded up or down to the nearest 2.5 kilos. So we're going to set the bar to 80 kilos, and we're going to form 3 sets of 8 reps at 55%. Now, okay, you can make notes in here. So if you're not sure about something, I would try and, because at 16 weeks you're not going to remember how something feels. If you want to run the program again, it's always good to come back across the notes and go, oh, it's okay to feel like that, or it's okay for it to be hard, or it's okay for it to be easy at this phase. Okay. Okay, you should find that relatively easy, 55%, 4 seconds down. So let's go down and see how you rate that. So last set RPE, last rep and last set. I'm going to come down the bottom and we go, okay, with the 4-second eccentrics, I probably could have done 3 to 4 reps more before I got either technical breakdown or it was an absolute max if you're more of an intermediate lifter or a slightly more advanced lifter. But always at the beginning, I would look at stopping something before you hit technical breakdown. So, okay, so let's put that in, 6.5. Okay, and that's going to give you an estimated 1RM of 115 kilos. So, although you did 8 reps on that, you could have actually probably taken it to 115 kilos. You might have only been able to do 1 set, and that would have finished it there. So it's based on the amount of reps thing. So your 8 rep max would be 115 kilos, but you only did 80 kilos a day. Because again, you never want to be working at an absolute max. You can test all that at the end. Okay, so let's just fill the rest out. So 45-degree back extensions. Maybe use the 5 kilo because you're not used to the movement. But it was a 7, and then leg curls. Oh, you found them quite demanding. You found, and again, it's always so good to put really hard. You maybe only put 15 kilos on this. And it also may indicate that there's a weakness there. So you put 15 kilos on, you go, look, that was a 9. I couldn't have done another rep on that. That was 12 reps. That really killed me, and that will obviously let you know where you're at on that particular movement. Because it's not a main lift, it probably won't come up on the E1RM. Now this is quite important, E1RM, because what we do is we've got a master data estimated 1RM page. Now as you can see at the top there, it's going to fill it out over the 16 weeks. Again, these aren't accurate, they're estimated 1RMs and they're based off a formula. Now everyone's different. I mean, I've seen lifters that can do 3 reps at a particular weight, you put another 2.5 kilos on the bar and they can't do 1. That's due to muscle fibre typing. It could be just the psychology of adding that little bit more weight. A lot of factors. So whoever you are, where it will personalise it, as long, you can argue the accuracy of it, as long as the progression is linear or trending upwards, should I say, because there are going to be deloads and there's going to be other factors involved. It's trending up towards the end, then we know we're doing okay. Okay, so let's take all these down. As you go through the weeks, things are going to change. We have volume blocks. We have blocks where our objective is just to start getting a little bit stronger, to do the reps as many times as possible. That's week 5. That's again, you'll see the block is strength 1. We just go to week 9. That's going to be block strength 2. Again, the weight's going to be slightly different. It's going to be slightly different variations. 1.25 bench. At 70% of 92, I think we estimated it at. It's going to be 67. That would probably be quite demanding if your 1 rep max is 67%. We're going to take it all the way through. As you notice towards the end, we actually do less work. If you've not trained before, it might seem counterintuitive. But because the actual total load will be that bit more, the actual work we can do, volume and intensity, have an inverse correlation that can bring you down. Would I recommend adding more to the program? Okay, I would probably not, because even if it isn't enough or you feel like you could do more, that might be enough for you to make progress, and we don't want to push you to that limit. I think it's a myth that you get to a point in a program that you should ever go to your absolute limit or feel that you're absolutely wiped out, and that's the only way to make growth. A lot of the time we want to do the bare minimum we can to make progress, because if we do ever get a stall in progress, it's very good doing it now, but what we want to do is we don't want to put ourselves in a progress cul-de-sac where we've got nowhere to go with it. We always want to leave that little bit more where we can add that variation in and do that. I would wait, follow everything as best you can on the program, and take it to the end. and test again at the end. Because I guarantee if you stick with the program, there is going to be some improvement at the end. Okay. Any questions? You'll see my. I'll put this all back to 100, so everyone's got 100 on there. You can see where I filled it out. 100. Again, we want your 1RM really, but if you're new to it, I would always recommend doing your 3RM, even if you can only make 2 reps in 3RM, because it's very hard to estimate when you first start. I would recommend running through everything as we've set it out in the program, because that's the way it's designed to work. Any questions, you can get in contact with me via Contact Dave at the beginning of the program, and that'll set up my email. Please hit that link and send me anything. Hopefully, if there's enough people doing it, we'll set up a little bit of a Facebook group or some sort of Instagram group or something like that, where we can actually review each other's lifts and help each other out, okay? Because I don't want this to be more of a community. I know it's a free program, but I do want this to be good. So if you also give me feedback, did you make any improvement? Did you not make any improvement? What is it you did that you think maybe helped you make more improvement? What do you think it did to help you make less improvement? Any questions, contact me straight away. Enjoy.